buying a house here in Jacksonville, Florida, and you're like, hey, what does this process look like? What are the steps? What should I be expecting? Don't worry about it. I understand. You might be in your field. You might just need some facts. Or hey, you might just need somebody to keep it a little fun while dropping those gems. Don't worry about it. I got you. All right, what's up, y'all? My name is Paris Herbin, your realtor here in the Jacksonville, Florida area, providing you with an expertly guided and authentic experience. Y'all know I want to unlock more than just doors for you and hand you keys, okay? I want to unlock the dreams, the memories, and the lifestyle that you are looking to obtain when purchasing a home here in Jacksonville, Florida. So in today's video, you're going to learn step by step what that process looks like. No stress, no confusion, just the general steps that it's going to take for you to purchase a home. Now, everyone's situation is tailor-made to them, so you may have some things that come up that are different from someone else that you may know who have purchased a home. But in today's video, you're gonna learn what it takes to buy a home step by step here in Jacksonville, Florida. So let's get into it. Okay, so first things first, why are you even purchasing a home? Why do you want to buy a house? Is it because you're tired of renting? Is it because you're starting a new family? You want something to call your own? You want to build some equity? Or do you just need a backyard for your little fur baby? Whatever it is, you have to hold on to that vision, because there are going to be times in this process where you're like, what am I doing and why am I even doing it? But when you have that vision, when you have that why, it allows you to stay more grounded and continue to press forward. And listen, I'm not here to even push you. I'm here to guide you with clarity, no pressure. Did you know that on average, homeowners are worth 40 times more in their net worth than a renter? Yes, this move in the long term does build wealth. So it's important that you keep your why at the forefront, remember why you're doing what you're doing, and continue to press forward so that you can get the keys in your hands. Okay, number 2. This is where it gets a little real and seemingly a little mathy, okay? But don't worry, you don't need a finance degree to figure this all out, because that's what I'm here for, okay? Now, I'm gonna give you a couple of facts. Number 1, your mortgage is made up of 4 things: your principal, your interest, your taxes, and your insurance, also known as PITI or P-I-T-I, okay? Number 2, most lenders are going to recommend that you only spend 28 to 30% or under of what you gross on a monthly basis to allocate towards your housing. So to allocate towards that principal, interest, taxes, and insurance for your mortgage. And then number 3, when you're looking at your overall picture of what you can afford, what your budget looks like, you want to make sure that you are considering things such as your upfront costs, which can be your inspection, your appraisal, your down payment, which is typically between 3 to 5% depending on your loan type, and then also your closing costs. None of us can get around closing costs, okay? And that is typically going to be your brokerage fees, your transaction fees, any title company fees. But I got a little gem for you on that too, because that's again what I am here for as it relates to negotiating and getting those things covered for you in some way, right? Now, fix your face. I know that was a lot of information, but that is exactly what I am here for. That is my responsibility to you, to make sure I match you with lenders who you can have a conversation with. They can take a look at your portfolio and say, hey, here is what we need to do to make sure you're in the right position and we're not buying you a home that's going to make your house poor. You understand? So we want to make sure you breathe through this process. Buy smart and buy with peace. And so you're not having any confusion, right? Because guess what? Budgeting, after all, doesn't look so bad when you can get your dream home, okay? So make sure you understand what you can afford. All right, y'all, so number 3, which seemingly goes hand in hand with number 2 as it relates to understanding your budget and knowing what you can afford. So a pre-approval, you need that, okay? A pre-approval is the lender looking at your finances from a full scope and saying, okay, this is exactly what you are approved for. This is your budget. This is what we need, our golden ticket to go and actually look at houses, right? So when you are getting your pre-approval, it's a lot different from a pre-qualification. You're gonna want that when it comes down to offering on a home. The different items that you'll need to obtain a pre-approval are gonna be things like your ID, your bank statements, any tax, history, your credit, right? Now, don't be so nervous. A lot of people get really, really, really tight when they think about their credit, but guess what? there are some loan programs, some first-time home buyer programs that can take your credit as low as 580. So don't be nervous, but that's what you need to understand. What can you actually afford? What are you pre-approved for? So that's what you need to be looking for. And guess what? I have lenders on deck ready to assist you and take a look at your profile and say, hey, this is where you at, this is where we need to get you to, or very simple, this is what you can afford. Now, if you're interested in getting pre-approved, go ahead and drop a comment down below and I will shoot you over my lender's information so that we can get you that buying power ready, okay? All right, y'all, so number 4, this is where the fun happens. We get to explore the city of Jacksonville to determine where your home is. From Bartram Park to Riverside, from the beaches to the suburbs, we get to go and tour the city. Now, this is where it's important for you to make sure that you are sure on what your must-haves and your nice-to-haves are. 2 totally different things. Must-have, you have a family, it's 4 people, everybody needs their own room, you need a large backyard, you have a dog. That means you might need a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bathrooms, a fenced-in backyard, okay? Your nice-to-haves are gonna be like, I want granite countertops. I want, tile versus carpet. Those are things that can be compromised on because all of those things are cosmetic, right? But again, if that's what you want, you just have to know what's a must-have versus what's a nice to have, okay? Now, when we get to tour the city, we're gonna have us a good time. I tell my clients all the time, it's not about finding perfect. It's kind of like dating. You're just looking for some alignment. When you walk into that home, you wanna feel it. And yes, even if you're a fact-based person, you'll feel it. So get ready, get ready, get ready. Know what it is that you want, your must-haves and your nice-to-haves, so we can tour the city of Jacksonville. All right, number 5. This is where it gets even realer. We have your pre-approval, we went house hunting, and we found the one. So we're ready to get strategic with how we approach this thing. It's important that we take a look at comps and market trends in that particular area and understand the seller's motivation so that we can write a smart and competitive offer. Here in Jacksonville, the average days on market is going to be about 70 days. Homes in very specific locations go a little faster than others, and things like escalation clauses and appraisal gaps can make or break a deal. But don't worry, I'll help you understand every single term. We will make sure that we are strategic in our planning, and of course, we're going to negotiate like a boss so that you can walk away winning. All right, y'all, so we are even closer at this point. So boom, you and I have sat down, we've had a consultation, we've talked about your why, we've gotten you pre-approved, we've went house hunting, we found that house for you, we've written up a strategic and competitive offer, and boom, it's been accepted, so here we are. Now don't pop the champagne bottles just yet because we have some checkpoints, and that's going to be 3 major things before we actually get to the closing table. Number 1, your home inspection. This is where we want to make sure the house is not hiding anything, that we don't have any surprises when you become the new owner, okay? Number 2 is going to be your appraisal. This is making sure that you're only paying for what that home is valued at. Nothing more, okay? We want to make sure of that, and I am going to be on your side 150% along that way. Number 3 is going to be underwriting and getting your documents all together so everything is still in line. You're going to sign a lot of different paperwork before we get to closing, and then boom, we will be at closing day and the keys will be yours, okay? So here we are at the final haul of all the things. You've gotten those things done, you've taken the proper steps, and here you are at closing day. Come on now, homeowner. A tip I want to give you when you're at this point is making sure that once we get your offer accepted and we begin this process, things start to move very quickly. You want to make sure you have your binder deposit, which is going to be a percentage of the sales price that you put down for good faith money, and your upfront costs for those inspections, appraisals, and such. You want to have that ready. That can range anywhere between about $1,000 to $2,500 depending on what your price point is, okay? All right, y'all, so here it is, your bonus tip. You know, I like to give you a little extra tip. So we want to make sure that you, as a first-time buyer, or even if you've done this before and it's been a while, you've rented for some time and you're purchasing new again, that you are utilizing and have access to all the resources and tools that are going to make this experience worth your while, okay? So number 1, closing costs, like I talked to you earlier in the video. We're going to always always negotiate the closing costs, okay? We're gonna always ask the seller, can you give us a little bit of something to help the buyer out? Now, what that something looks like is gonna always be dependent upon that particular home, that seller, their needs, their bottom line. But this is where we have, a healthy conversation, myself and the other agent, and then we strategically negotiate. That is the beauty in that. Also, we want to make sure that any down payment assistance programs that could be helpful for you. Here in Florida, we have Florida Hometown Heroes. We have, of course, any local, city or state programs that we may have, even some county programs. And then, of course, depending on the loan type, FHA has some down payment assistance. And then if you're VA, you have zero down. So we want to make sure that we are utilizing all those resources and tools for you. And again, that's my responsibility to you to make sure you're in the know of those things and make sure that we go hard with getting those benefits for you. So don't assume that you have to come up with tens of thousands of dollars to purchase a home. Yes, you will have to have some reserves. You will need to be in a solid financial foundation and state so that you can purchase a home, just like most things, right? However, these programs, these opportunities, these resources and tools are available to you, and we're gonna make sure that you have access to them. All right, so let's recap. You have to know your why. Be very clear and concise on that. You have to know your budget. Get yourself a pre-approval. We go house hunting and have a good time doing it. We make our move and then we close that deal, okay? And then along the way, we're gonna sprinkle a little joy and happiness on it, okay? If you are a first-time home buyer or someone who's purchasing your first-time home here in Jacksonville, I am here to help you. I see you. I want to be your guide. Now, I talk to people just like you every single day who want to understand that process, who want to make sure they're very clear, informed, and making a healthy decision with purchasing a home in Jacksonville. So that's what I'm here for. If this video was helpful for you, comment down below, what did you learn today? What was the most informative piece of information that you received today, most helpful for you, so that you are more confident and ready to purchase that home? I'm excited to connect with you. Like, subscribe, and send this video to someone who you may know would be interested in purchasing a home here in Jacksonville. And as always, if that person is you, I am ready to connect with you. Make sure to give me a call, 904-993-3980, and I am here to help, okay? The only thing that's better than dancing, y'all, is dancing into your new home. So let's get you into your home. Until then, continue to keep dreaming big and move even bigger. And I can't wait to see you in the Sunshine State. Until next time.